Hi everyone, welcome to this slightly different episode of a video from me. My name is Lizzie. I am a knitter based in the northwest of England. I am Hive Knits on Instagram and also on Ravelry, and this is usually the Hive Knits and Natters podcast. However, something very special is happening this weekend. I'm getting married. And I have just the nicest day planned today. And I thought, why not? Why not share it? Why not try and document it? Um, so today's Thursday, and like I said, the wedding's at the weekend. So today I am off work. I finished yesterday, which feels very, very nice, off for 2 weeks. And my partner is off tomorrow with me to do, last minute bits and bobs. But today I am all on my own in a very quiet house with some very important things to do, which I'll talk about in just a second. And I just thought, oh, I could, you know, do some Instagram stories, kind of connect with people that way. But then I thought, do you know what? Let's just see how it works, kind of filming it. So yeah, I just thought we could have like a fun, chilled, relaxed day of kind of wedding prep, but like craft related. I do kind of generally try and keep a bit of a line between personal life and like knitting content that I put out. Obviously, talking about my wedding is a step into the personal life, but I thought I could just chat about all the kind of crafty things that we've been doing in the run up to the wedding. If you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know that I have been making myself a version of the first cardigan, which is a cardigan I designed in an incredibly special bridal yarn combination. And that cardigan has now finished blocking. It's dry this morning, and so I just need to do the final touches to that. So I thought we could talk all about that. And then I could show you some other crafty bits and bobs that I've made, other people have made for the wedding, and yeah, just generally have a bit of a chill. So it's not going to be like a full proper podcast. If I work on some other projects, then I'll show you them. But at the minute, I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out, but I hope it'll be nice, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. So I had a lovely long lie-in. I was far too late in bed last night, and then once I'd gone to bed, I had a panic that I hadn't booked today and tomorrow off work. I don't know where it came from. I just suddenly was like, I need to check that. And you know when your brain has had the thought and then your brain can't unhave the thought? I couldn't relax and go to sleep until I checked. It's sorted. I'm off the rota. I can see the emails, but I just was like, I know I'll not be able to enjoy my lie-in in the morning if I've not sorted this now. So anyway, I'm glad I did because I had a very lovely long lie-in. I've got myself a coffee. I briefly tried the cardigan on this morning and it looks really lovely. I'll put a little picture in that I've taken before this video. Obviously, I'll show you some more later on. I do still need to try the cardigan on with the dress. I took the cardigan to my first dress alteration appointment, just so because I'd essentially done the body, most of the body, and I was like, oh, I'm getting to the stage where I don't know where I want the how cropped I want the cardigan to be and where I want the ribbing to start. So I took it with me, and I'm very glad I did actually, because at that first appointment it was at the right level. So I was like, great, took it home and started the ribbing, and then that was that. So I have tried it on like for kind of length and kind of design purposes before, but I haven't tried it on like finished with the dress. This will be my second version of the cardigan I've made for myself. My original sample was bright green, and it was a size above the bridal version I've made. The bright green one is very oversized. It's a longer line, which is lovely for just casual with jeans or whatever, and I wear it a lot. But I knew I wanted the bridal one to be oversized, but just not so much so. And because of the design of my wedding dress, I knew it needed to be a bit more cropped, just took it to the fitting. And I started this back in, I think, May. And I started it then because I said to myself, I do not want to be in the situation where, you know, the week before the wedding, I'm scrambling around along with everything else that we've got to do, finishing this cardigan. What am I doing? 3-4 days before the wedding, finishing this cardigan. But you know what? The whole time I've not been panicked about it. I knew what I had left to do, and I wasn't kidding myself, because I had basically the sleeves and the button band left to do when I kind of stalled a little bit, and then we had the rested sweater release and all that jazz, and then I came back to it. And the sleeves are half fisherman's rib, so that is for every row or round that you can see, you've actually had to knit 2. So that's double the work before you even start. And there's 2 sleeves. Then the double knit button band, again, for every row that you can see, you've had to knit 2. So actually, even though I'd knit the body and done like the ribbing and all of that, there's still quite a lot to do. But anyway, we're here, we've managed it. It's all good, it fits. I really like the fit that's come out. It's had a second, I blocked the whole thing, having not done the cuffs on the sleeves and before adding the button band, just to make sure that my row gauge was going to sit right for the button band. And because of the stretching of the half fisherman's rib sleeves, I didn't want to do the cuffs until they'd been blocked. So then that was the first block, and then after I finished the button band, I steam blocked as I went with the button band. So I like knit whatever I could in like a session, if you will, of knitting on the button band. And then when I was going to put it down for the evening or whatever, I would make sure I gave it a steam, the bit that I'd done. And I would really recommend that actually for a double knit button band. It allowed it to sit really nicely all the way around. I have just a handheld steamer, and it was really, really good for this. My original sample, the green one, I like sprayed it with water and then let it dry because it was in the summer, but yeah, no chance this time of year. So the steamer, very good, would recommend. And yeah, I did the cuffs and here we are. So outstanding tasks are weaving in the ends more and adding the buttons. So let me show you the cardigan. So here she is. Woohoo! Sleeve in all her glory. Cuff. Here's the back. You can probably see more from the back, to be honest. And I'll just show you some detail. Can you see the button down there? Yeah. I've still got my markers in where I have done my buttonholes so that I can correlate them onto the other side. Let's put it on. I'll look a bit daft over these jammies, but never mind. Yay! Yeah, I'm very pleased with how the neckline's sitting. It's just very just a gentle V. Really, really nice. Sleeve there. And here you can see button band and all the ends that I've got to weave in. Sleeves are just sitting nicely. Balloon, but again, not too balloon. Didn't want them to be getting in the way. Dipping in things like the wedding breakfast food, which is pies, by the way. So, ooh. But yeah, that's the cardigan. I'm so pleased with it. I don't think it's quite sunk in yet what I've actually done. It was only when I was showing my mum, put it on FaceTime with her, and she was like, "That's amazing. You've got a cardigan that you not only knit but also designed that you're going to wear on your wedding day." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's actually really cool." So I'm over the moon with this. I honestly am. And I know it's white, but I'll definitely be able to wear it with other outfits after the wedding. Let me just show you nice bits and bobs. You will have seen before, but just if anyone is new around here, just the yarn combination that I used. Sorry, this was a very spontaneous video, so normally I have everything out already, but not today. But we're chilling. There's no stress today. Apart from the fact our photographer is unwell, but no stress today. Okay, so this is the yarn combination that I used. It is luxurious plus plus. Beautiful. So what you have here is Lang lace and Lang cashmere brushed. Oh my god, what? I'm so sorry. I'm normally on it with this. Cashmere Dreams. There you go. Cashmere Dreams. So they are both lace weight yarns. Beautiful, beautiful fibres, just stunning. I've never used either of them before. I have some Lang lace that was gifted by Simona in my stash, but I haven't used it yet. And I've never used the Cashmere Dreams before, but it is just so beautiful. And then the kind of fingering weight strand that you can see at the top there is the Lanigato VIP, which is 80% wool and 20% cashmere. So this is plush. This fabric that it's created is just, oh, it's just stunning. It's got a slight halo, which I hope is picking up from the lace, which is a kind of a mohair blend but with a high silk content. The Cashmere Dreams gives it a little bit of fluff as well, but yeah, it is just beautiful. There's an ounce of itch, as I'm sure you can imagine, and it just feels so plump and plush and luxurious and buttery soft. And I think it's made the stitch definition on the half Fisherman's Rivers come out really nicely. So I'm pleased, as you can tell. Last thing to show you is the buttons, which I have ready to go on. Where's they gone? Here they are. So I got these on Etsy originally, and if you've watched previous videos, you've probably seen me show some little bee buttons, little bronzy coppery bee buttons. And I was really intent on using those, but as the kind of theme of what I'm wearing on the day developed, I'm wearing like pearl earrings and a pearl bracelet, and it just didn't. The bees are lovely. They're really cute, and they're a lovely little nod to Manchester, and the bee symbol is quite special to Pete and myself. But I just went off the idea slightly and wanted to use them for something else. Like, I think they'd be fun on like a, you know, like a more casual project. So I was like, what should I use instead then? So I thought I want something pearly. So these, what I have, no idea how well this is gonna show up. Hope you can see that. I'm just looking at my watch to check that you can. Oh yeah, I think you should be able to see that. Like a mother of pearl round button, quite big, 22 or 23 millimeters, just with a shank, I think they call it, on the back. So not sewing in through holes in the actual button. And I have, so you can hopefully see there, 5 of these. I only need 4, but you just never know. So I think, let's try and show you what they'll look like on the cardigan. Yeah. It'll just look like that. Sorry, my fingers are in the way. They're just dead simple, but they go with the pearly theme and they're just really classy. So I was like, right, I'll go with those. So I need to sew those on, weave these ends in, and then that's us. And then once that's done, I'll try it on with the dress. It's a good opportunity to try the dress on because obviously Pete's not here, and I have tried it on with him in the house, just warned him to stay downstairs, but the fact that he's now not here is nice. We've also had our cleaner in recently, so all the carpet and floors are really, really clean. So I'm planning on kind of trying to swish around in it a bit and yeah, just get like comfortable in it. Because it's weird, you try it on in the dress shop originally, you know, way back when you choose it, and your appointment's not forever, you're trying on a lot of other dresses, you don't actually get very long in the individual dress. And you don't try it on unless you think to do so. You don't try it on sat down, you don't walk around in it, you stand on a little like podium thing because the sample dresses are really, really long. And you're so overwhelmed by how amazing the experience is and how lovely you look and how is it or isn't it what you thought it was going to look like, that you don't really think about kind of like practical stuff. And then when you go for your alteration, you know, it's all about kind of standing there, making sure that they're getting the pins in the right place and you're happy with what they're proposing and all the little details. How are we going to bustle it? Are we going to add any or take any material away anywhere? You know, and my seamstress was really good. She was like, try sitting down in it. And she showed me kind of like how to adjust the dress so it was easy to sit down. But again, the appointments aren't very long. It's overwhelming. I'm just really looking forward to trying it on in my own house, which is weird because I'm not going to wear it in my own house. But do you know what I mean? Like just a bit more casual with no one else there and just getting comfortable. And obviously trying it on with the dress. So that's priority 1 of the day, really. I also need to take these nails off. Not craft related, but I'm having my nails done tomorrow. There's a spa and a like beauty place at the venue. So I'm having my wedding nails done tomorrow. At the minute I've got these lovely dark green nails on, which if you've been following me on Instagram, I've been trying out some like home manicure things. This is a random nail tangent, but I've been using Glamour Dip, which is yeah, I really, really like. I've never had like gel or shellac nails or anything like that because of work. When I was in hospital, it was a definite no-no. And it's quite expensive to have it done a lot in the salon. So I just saw this kit and thought I'd try it. Really, really impressed. If you want to check out their website, I'll put a link below. It's essentially like dip powder. So you don't have to have a lamp, there's no gel. supposedly healthier for your nails, but I don't know how much of that I actually believe. They're having Black Friday sale at the minute, so if you did want to try it, I'll put the link down below. I'm not sponsored, it's not affiliate, it's just what I've used for these. But I need to take these off, so that's going to involve some sitting with a bowl of hot rice and acetone, which means that I can't do anything with my hands, knit or anything like that. So probably do that later once I've sorted the cardigan out and tried the dress on. What else do I need to do today? Apart from just chill out and enjoy myself. I don't think there's that much really. When I say I stayed up too late last night, I'll show you what I was doing. Because this cardigan was still drying. Oh, top tip. This cardigan, there's a lot of like, as we've talked about, there's a lot of like double layers, double knitting, a lot of yarn and quite thick material to dry. And obviously it's November. In the Northern Hemisphere, that means cold, damp washing takes ages to dry. We invested in a heated airer, like heated like clothes horse, washing rack, washing dryer, whatever you want to call it. Plug it into the wall. The actual rails of it are heated, amazing. And then I was like, ooh, what would happen if I pinned everything out on my blocking mats, but then put the blocking mats on top of the heated airer? Amazing. The blocking mats heat up just a tiny bit. They're just the foam ones, and they were absolutely fine. I mean, it doesn't get that hot, but it hasn't done anything weird to them at all. It hasn't melted them or anything. And the blocking mats just get a little bit warm as well, because they're foam. So this cardigan dried in 24 hours, I want to say. Whereas I know that if I'd just done it the old-fashioned way, it would have taken longer than that. And I didn't have time for it to take longer than that. And yeah, so I would recommend that as a little life hack. You can either get kind of big ones that you'd dry all your laundry on, or I think you can just get small kind of more individual pieced ones. I stole the idea from Sophie of the Pearl Girls, so it's not original by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, I was still waiting for this to dry last night, so I did some work on this is turning into a podcast, isn't it? I can feel it. Never mind, let's go with it. My Alexandra tee by Notes and Knits. Always get it confused with knit and note. Not into note, notes and knits. Which is this lovely saddle shoulder tee with a frilly sleeve. Last time you saw it, it didn't have the frilly sleeve, but now I have done one frilly sleeve. And last night I was gearing up to finish, but didn't quite finish, the second frilly sleeve. So I am at the stage of this where you've done so many increases, that it's huge. You can see there, that's the sleeve. And it's almost ready for the bind off, which creates the ruffle, but we're just at that stage where it's just massive. And I was really underestimating how long it was going to take. Each increase round, you do like knit one, make one, knit one, make. So you literally double your stitches. And in this pattern, you do that twice. And it ends you up with like hundreds of stitches just on the sleeve. You can kind of see it there, how much it's increased. Like that's what the sleeve was like, and then that's with all the increases. So basically what I've got left to do with this is half of a pearl. I was like, I'll finish the pearl round before I go to bed, and literally half of it just took forever. It's on 3mm needles now, this bit, and there's just 1,001 stitches. So I eventually called it and was like, no, I need to go to bed. This was before the have I booked my annual leave drama. So I need to do the other half. I'm working at Magic Loop, sort of, because there's now so many stitches that all of my Magic Loop cable got used. That's how big it's got. Just need to do the second half of the round of pearl stitches and then do the bind off. And then the second frilly sleeve will be done. And then I just need to finish the body. As you can see, I've done a wee bit. Probably need to do another 10 to 15 centimetres or so. And then I believe it's got a folded hem. And then that'll be this. I'm using Told you it's turning into a podcast. This Imagine merino linen blend, which I had never used before and really, really like. It's very, very soft, much softer than I thought it would be. And as you can see, it's working up super nice. So that's what I was working on far too late last night. And while we're basically doing a podcast, let me let me show you some other things I've been working on, just very briefly, and I'll properly go into them when I do a proper podcast. But do you remember an episode or so ago? I finished my rest day cardigan, the black and white one, and I'd used black woolly knit merino, and I had loads of it left because I ordered 2 cones to do that cardigan, which was like double the amount that I actually needed. So I had loads of this black fingering weight merino left over, and I tried to combine it with a dark green mohair, and it wasn't dark enough, and it looked really horrible. Remember that? Well, I ordered some different colour mohair to try and pair it, and it's beautiful. This is Knitting for Olive Dusty Blue Whale, and yeah, it's hit the nail on the head. It's coming out a bit bluer, I would say, on the camera than in real life. It's not bluer, lighter. It's even inkier and even darker than it's appearing. But essentially, when paired with the black, it's made this really lovely fabric. It's coming out quite mild because the silk strand in the mohair is lighter than the fluff. I think it's exaggerating it on camera. It is a little bit in real life, but I don't mind it. I really like it. So what am I making with this? I'm making myself a zipper sweater, finally. Well, a zipper sweater light, to be precise. I made my brother one Christmas before last, and then last Christmas I made my dad one. And I was like, do you know what? It's time I made one for myself. And I've always fancied one in like a very dark colour. So this turned out to be perfect. So it's at that stage where it's really hard to show. This is the back with the big chunky rib collar. And it's I'm at that stage where I'm knitting it flat, and you can see that it's kind of starting to bunch up on my cable. It will look like at the jellyfish stage. This, can you see that? Yeah, that just about works, doesn't it? You get the gist. We all know what the zipper sweater looks like. Come on, have you been hiding under a rock? So yeah, this is just going to be gorgeous, and I cast this on as soon as the Knitting for Olive mohair arrived, because that's just what we do, right? And then I was like, come on, we need to get the wedding cardigan sorted. And then since the wedding cardigan has been sorted, I've been like, oh, it's getting really cold outside. It's really wintry. Wouldn't it be lovely if my zipper sweater was done? So I have done a bit more on this now. So I'm on the yoke, like I said, the yoke back and forth section. I think I've done about half or just over half of the increases before we then join in the round. So not so bad. Plug away on this. It's on recommended needles is 4mm. I'm the tightest knitter in the world, so I'm doing it on 4.5. I think the original zipper sweater is on 5 or 5.5. It's kind of like down like a whole needle size for the light version. Otherwise, as far as I can tell, the pattern seems quite similar, really, as you'd expect. So I'm using, this is my combination. This wound up cake is actually double-stranded woolly knit, and then one strand of the Knitting for Olive mohair in Dusty Blue Whale. So that's that. And then last thing I've been working on is all new to the podcast slash not podcast, and I will definitely talk about this in much more detail because it's quite interesting. But oh god, oh what is right. Woo. Okay, just briefly say hello to the first sweater, chunky edition. Yeah, I've been really absent from Instagram, YouTube, everything. There's been a hell of a lot going on, and yeah, I just haven't really been present, but I have been doing a lot of knitting, as you can tell, and I will talk about this in much more detail in a proper podcast episode. But the headlines are: Originally Lovely asked if I would like to try some of their yarn. I said yes, please. This is their Pura. Oh, it's all mixed with this lace weight strand. This is their Pura yarn in the colour Stonewash, and it's very, very beautiful. This lovely blue colour. It is a DK weight. I think it runs, do you know, I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say 50 grams, 125 meters, something like that. Quite a standard DK weight. And I'm holding it with the worst possible example of this yarn. Like, there's literally like a scrag end left. I'm really sorry. I don't know where the actual bag of balls, bag of skeins is. I think it's over there actually. Anyway, like I said, I will show it properly another time. This, sorry excuse for some yarn, is the CaMaRose Midnattsol. I've always wanted to try this. I know people have used it a lot as like a mohair-free alternative lace weight strand, and I'm really liking it. It's really soft. I think it's itch-free, otherwise it behaves exactly like a mohair lace weight strand. So yeah, big fan, big fan. And I'm holding it double, well, holding that single with one strand of the Pura, and this is the fabric that we're getting, you can see. So it's at that awkward teenage jumper stage where it doesn't have a neckline yet, and I think it will look much better when it has a neckline. But you can see essentially this is just a big old version of the first sweater. So that's what we've got to look forward to after the wedding. I'll be working more on this. But big fan of the yarn. Thank you, Originally Lovely. Genuinely, really love it. And yeah, I think this is an 18 or 19 stitch gauge on 5.5mm needles, she says. Let me check. 5, I lied. 5mm needles, whereas the first sweater OG was 24 stitches on 4mm needles. So quite a different gauge. And the general vibe of the sweater is just going to be a bit different as well. Obviously the original had like a folded collar, make like a crew neck. I think I want this to have like a higher, big, chunky, squishy collar. And I can't decide whether I want to do it in 1x1 rib and do the cuffs and the bottom ribbing the same. That's probably what I will go with. Or should I experiment and see what a big, squishy, half fisherman's rib collar would look like? It's very stretchy though. I think I might be better sticking with a normal rib, but we'll see. The idea is it would probably be like a roll neck, so up and then fold over outwards. Obviously you could just alter, if you didn't want that, you could just do a shorter normal folded rib collar. So that's what's in the works over here. That was like a weird, not a podcast, but a podcast, wasn't it? I've also got my Maud tee in my knitting bag, but I've not made any progress on that, so I'm not going to show that one to you. So I've somehow managed to make that quite long. I think that's like a 20 or so minute video there. I told you I didn't know what this was going to turn out like, but that's fine. So I am gonna sit down now. Already sat down. I'm gonna sign off for a little bit, weave in those ends, stick those buttons on, and I'll catch up with you after I've done that. And then I'll maybe show you a couple of the other crafty bits that we've done for the wedding. Catch you in a bit. It's done! Yay! Whoop, whoop, whoop. All the ends weaved in, and here are the buttons. Aren't they lovely? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! Let's pop her back on. Do-do-do. What a relief. Totally finished and ready to go. A couple of days before the wedding. Got there in the end. Let me just stand up and show you the buttons. Woohoo! Sorry, there we go. And here's the other side with the buttonholes. Let's try and do a couple of buttons up. I know it looks ridiculous with these pyjamas, by the way. You don't have to tell me. And there we go. All done and dusted. Might just give that a quick steam block when it's done up, just to make that sit nicer. That's being very nitpicky, isn't it? Otherwise, we are good. So great, that's a big task that's needed doing today. So what else have we got to do today then? Still need to take the nails off. Actually got some lighting equipment being delivered sometime in the next hour. So let's just have a think. I also have been just doing like a little bit of an exercise routine just to make myself kind of feel as best I can, as energized as I can in these last few days before the wedding. So I might do that now actually. I don't want to be in the shower and miss the lighting delivery. I actually have just received a really beautiful card in the post. Let me show you. How stunning is that? It's from a relative. Don't want my face to be picked up. It's so beautiful. Little one of these cards that like folds up, and then the 3D like pops up. So pretty, beautiful like 3D card. So I thought you'd appreciate seeing that. Let's pop that back here. So yeah, maybe I will do my little exercises. Then I need to try this on with the dress. So probably go and get washed and sorted. Try this on with the dress, and then I'll catch up with you and show you a few of our other crafty bits. But yes, oh, I'm so happy this cardigan is finished and sorted. Yay! I'll catch up with you guys later on. Bye. Hi again. Only feels like 2 minutes since I stopped filming, but it's been a while and it's got dark. So sorry if the lighting isn't as good as earlier on. I have enlisted the help of my ring light, and we'll just have to do our best. So what have I been doing? Done my exercises, seen the cardigan with the dress. Obviously, like I said, I'm not going to show the dress, but took some really nice pictures and b-roll of the cardigan hung up next to the dress, so that's all good. I just thought I still need to get showered and everything, but I was thinking I'll just try and catch the very last like glimmers of the daylight. I mean, it's pretty much dark now anyway, What time is it? And it's dark. It's like just before 4. So depressing. To just go through the other crafty bits that we've been making for the wedding and other people have been making for us. The main like yarny knitting event is the cardigan, obviously, but there are some other bits and bobs. So do you remember in one of my previous videos I showed you a load of yarn to make pom-poms? So as I predicted would happen, I got a bit overwhelmed with everything that there was to do. So my amazing mum took on pom-pom making duty, and this is just half of them, but look at these bad boys. She's literally made so many. They're all in this bag. These are all the large size ones, and these are going to go on the tables, just kind of dotted around as part of the table decorations. I'll just bring a few out so you can see. She's done a fantastic job. Beautiful. Most of them like this kind of creamy champagne-y colour, and then some of them like this lovely green colour as well. So she's made an absolute ton. She used up all the yarn that I got. I originally split the yarn between both of us, and yeah, I just was too slow, and she just whizzed through them, making and trimming them all. So these are all the big ones that are going on the table, and then I'm so pleased with this. So if you can hear the cat scratching, he's been asleep all day, and now he's like, I'm here, I'm ready to play. Finished? No more. Anyway, so she made a load of big pom-poms, and then she made a load of smaller ones. I think they were like 4.5 centimeters and 3 centimeters, something like that. And the smaller ones we have put into these letters that are going to stand on the top table. So I'll show you the other letters in a second, but essentially they are, I think we got the letters themselves, oh, they were from Amazon, and then they were just like pale wood, so we painted them white, and then all the small pom-poms that she made, we've kind of pushed them into the letters. They're like fillable letters, and then Pete attached a little stand there so the letters will stand up. And then I just glued each pom-pom down as well, just to secure them. So they're absolutely not going anywhere. And they're just so cute. So again, exactly the same colours. Our colour theme is like white and green. But yeah, so cute. So we have, I'm never going to be able to hold all this up. Essentially, we got a H, an and a W to make husband and wife on the top table. H and W. There you go. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, they're fab. There's the ampersand. And here is the H. So I think that'll be really cute to keep afterwards. Like they can just sit on a shelf somewhere, or maybe along our headboard on our bed is like solid oak, so with quite a deep flat surface, so it could be really cool to go on there. So yeah, the yarn for this was I think it was just drops. Oh, what's the really thick roving drops called? Polaris, is it? It's either Polaris or Eskimo. I'll put the correct one down in the description, but definitely drops, definitely their roving yarn in this kind of off-white colour and this green colour. I did actually want it to be a bit more white, like a true white, but unfortunately they don't have a white in this range of yarn. They have like an off-white, but it's very yellowy and warm toned, and that's not really what the colour theme is. It's more like, we thought this was a bit cooler toned in keeping with the green. So yeah, I'm really pleased with those. I saw, it was just, I was scrolling through Pinterest and basically saw someone had done something very similar. So I was like, oh, that would be wicked. And yeah, all credit to my mum for making that happen. Essentially, without her pom-pom making mad skills, that definitely would not have happened. So that's those. What else can I show you? Oh, these are my little bridesmaid bags that I've made up, and they're cute. So they have some bridesmaid pajamas. Just put these ribbons down because they're a bit annoying. Basically some, yeah, bridesmaid pajamas and a little coat hanger. And the hanger is actually what I wanted to show you. There's a couple of other bits in there, but they're not crafty, so irrelevant. The hanger is what I wanted to show you. So I thought hangers for like the bridesmaids' dresses would be really, really cool. But obviously anything that's vaguely wedding related is just so expensive. So I found these, they're called decals. I don't know, is that how you pronounce it? Or decal? No, it must be decal. D-E-C-A-L on Etsy. And basically it comes, the decal is this bit, the text. And it comes as just like, it looks like a sticker or like an iron-on transfer. And you don't need any heat, you don't need anything really other than like a flat surface to put the hanger on. So you put the hanger down and then you essentially like rub over the decal with a something like a credit card or anything with like a hard flat surface, and that kind of sticks it to its transfer paper, and then you peel off the backing paper, stick it onto here where you want it, press down, rub hard again, and then just take it off, and there it is. So that was really, really effective. I'll put links to all these things that I found in the description down below. But yeah, really, really chuffed with those. I don't have one for myself because my dress has got like a big poofy satiny bridey hanger. And I offered one to my mum, but she said her dress has got a big poofy satiny hanger. So get her. But my bridesmaids have each got one of these, which is very, very cute. The pajamas I just got from Etsy as well. And the bags were just from Amazon, I think. So that's that. What else is interesting to show you? Oh, I think you'll like this actually. Just move some bits around. I'm also aware that I've not like put any makeup on today or made my appearance particularly appealing, so sorry about that. I was like, do you know what, today's about relaxing, I'm not gonna stress. So yeah, I haven't. So my shoes for the wedding, I decided quite early on that I didn't want to wear heels. When I went to Caroline from Caroline's Knits wedding, she wore these really cool Adidas white trainers, and I was like, that's actually such a good idea. You couldn't see them under her dress, and she was so comfy all day, so I stole her idea and I got myself some Air Force Ones to wear because you won't see them under the dress, and I'm happy with the way I walk in them. And yeah, I just don't see the point in being uncomfortable. And also, bridal shoes, again, really, really expensive. But we just jazzed them up a little bit. So it was actually Pete's idea, really, really cute. So as you can gather, the theme of the wedding is white and green, and the bridesmaids are in sage green. So he accessorized my Air Force Ones with a sage green ribbon, which is so lovely. You can see there, that's like the trainer itself, just standard Air Force One, but the ribbon is really lovely. Again, we got it from Etsy. I think it's actually corset ribbon, but it has the oh, can can never remember what the word is for these things. It's a really cool word. For the things on the end of laces. So they are like proper laces. We originally just used some like sage green ribbon that we had, and it looked lovely, but it was just going to fray. So then we ordered some like proper stuff, and oh, it's like eyelets or aglets, aglets, I think. If anyone knows a different word, then please, please tell me. These little bad boys. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, how cute! So I'll be prancing about in these. Still have the white laces for if I want to change it afterwards, but I just think they look really cool. I'll get them back in the box. Need to wear them in a bit better, actually. I haven't done a very good job. I think I wore them for like a day. I mean, they're trainers, so they're not going to be like particularly uncomfortable, but you know, they can just be a little bit what's the word, like stiff to start with. Right, just a few more bits to share with you. So it is not just me in this house who is a crafty person. He is really, really talented as well. Probably undervalues his skills, but he is fab at painting and is also recently trying his hand at woodwork. And yeah, he just has a really crafty mind as well, and it's been really nice like planning stuff together for the wedding. This probably isn't fair, but I think anecdotally I've kind of heard it's always more like the girl that's like, oh well, oh let's get all this stuff from Etsy and let's do this crafty thing, and maybe the other partner isn't that interested, or it's just like yeah you go for it, whatever. But that's not been the case with us, and it's been really 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 fun, and like lots of like weekends we spent kind of making stuff together. So one of the things that is quite cool, and I'm going to show you, is I mean this isn't really something we've made, but it's just a cool idea. So we have a mild obsession with a gin distillery called Manchester Gin. We've been for a couple of tours. We've got a big collection of a lot of their products, and for my 30th birthday, Pete got me like a tour of their distillery, but where you made your own gin. So it was like a whole experience. It was amazing. And while we were on that experience, we were we kind of said to each other, like, let's get married in 2023, because this was January of this year. We were like, oh, it's soon, but it's probably doable. That's kind of when we made the decision to do it this year, because you know, engagements, how long's a piece of string, everyone's different. And obviously we had a few gins, we were quite giddy, we were quite excited, and we got talking to some of the staff there, and basically long story short, they have let us have some of their empty bottles to like have as part of our table centerpieces, which is so kind. They haven't charged us at all, and they haven't asked for any like advertising or PR. They've even taken the labels off the bottles, so you actually wouldn't know unless you knew kind of like where to look, or you knew the bottles well. So I'm going to put a link to them in the description as well if you want to check out their website. They're a lovely like small business. They started brewing their gin literally in their living room, and then it's now like a really successful small business. Again, not an affiliate link. Nothing I'm talking about today is sponsored apart from the yarn from Originally Lovely for the first sweater chunky, but nothing else, or everything else we've bought with our own money, or if we've been gifted it, it's not had any strings attached to it, if that makes sense. So these are the bottles. We've got this really pretty, I hope you can see, let me take my hand away there, like a hexagon kind of pattern here, and a little Manchester bee on the bottom. Yeah, you can see him there. Hey guys. So they've given us enough of these for one for each table. And so we've found some like wooden like cork things with a slit in attached. Wooden cork, what am I talking about? Wooden little place card holder things attached to cork. Put it in there, which was Pete's genius idea, so that these can now hold our table numbers. So bear with. Sorry, rustling. For example, ta-da! Isn't it cool? So these are going to go on our in the middle of our tables with the candles and flowers and whatever else the florist is going to do to kind of dress the tables for us, as well as the, you know, alongside the catering company. So just think they're really, really nice. Again, this stationery, we got a lot of it on Etsy. I'll put the name in the description. We've used this for like the welcome sign, for the table numbers, for the like table plan, like as a recurring theme. So yeah, that's a fun little crafty thing that we've made. Another thing that Pete has done is well, he's done a few like paintings and canvases for us for the wedding for various purposes. So we are lucky enough that like friends and family are making our cakes. I say cakes because we're having a big cake that a friend is making, and then various family members are making little cupcakes. So he had the idea of getting, oh, I feel like this is not great. So it's a bit missing of this. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Essentially, he has he has painted these pretty little canvases with a kind of sage green like stripe on them, and I wrote on them what the cakes were. What's this one? It's upside down. Were they all upside down when I showed you then? No. Sorry, everyone. You can see that better now. Yeah. So that just says what the cake's going to be. And they're going to go on these little easel stands next to the cupcakes, which is very cute. See that there. What I was looking at before was, I think it's meant to have like a leg there to hold it up, and it doesn't appear to have one, so I need to investigate what's gone on there. But yeah, before I threw that all over the floor, that's like essentially what it's gonna look like, which is very cute. And we have a big version for the big cake as well. I haven't got them down here, but the cupcakes are going to go on like crates that, again, I think we just got from something like Hobbycraft. I think these were from Hobbycraft or the works. And Pete's like stained them. They became like a pale wood colour, and he stained them to look more like oaky colour. And crates from Hobbycraft, which he's stained, and then he's put a little L and a P initial on all of them. It's very, very cute. So just a couple more things to show you. Can you see over my shoulder there's a canvas? Yes, you can. That canvas there in the background is one of the things that he has painted for the wedding in our wedding colours. So he did this as an acrylic pour, which is basically where you mix lots of different colours of the acrylic paint, and then you kind of pour them over, and then the colours kind of do their thing. And yeah, I'm not quite sure where this is going to go, but it's kind of going to be on display somewhere at the wedding. He's also made this really cool sign, which is going to be outside, which is like the order of the day. So hope you can see that there. Move it slightly. Yeah, you get the gist there. So essentially, it's like a to-do list. So this was he was going to do it with like a wooden palette, but in the end he just ended up getting different bits of wood and sanding and staining them and kind of attaching them together. And then he used like black paint through templates to spray on the words, which is really cool. Looks really rustic, and again, I think it would be really cool to keep it and like put it in the garden. Maybe use it as kind of a planter or like to grow a climber up or something. And then this is one of the last things to show you that he's made. So this is like a canvas with gesso on it. I really hope you can see. Oh yeah, you can see that, to create like this texture. And then it's got bits of like jute string on it that we've tied around the back. And then this is going to have our table plant on it. So we've got like some little pegs. And essentially, I'll just show you the idea. Let's use this table one as just an experiment. So looks something like that with the different table numbers on it. Obviously there'll be more than just one. But yeah, really cute. Just little pegs on the wire and have our table plan, kind of like top table, and then all the tables with the different like guest names on. People can look and find where they are sitting. So the only other thing that I can't show you because it's way too big is that Pete has made us like an arch, like a wedding arch. We're not actually using it for the ceremony. We're going to use it as a backdrop for the photo booth. So we really like a photo booth. They're so much fun, but my gosh, they're really expensive. And we just had to draw a line somewhere. So what we decided to do is he's made like this wooden frame. Again, like stained it. We've bought some like fairy lights to make a light curtain behind it, and then our florist is going to decorate it with like the same flowers as she's putting in the ceremony room and on the tables. So I think it will look really nice. Then we are being lent some Instax cameras by friends and family, and people can kind of use it as their own little like photo booth. And then we've basically got, similar to the table plan, a little thing for people to clip their photos to. So I'll put in some photos of the frame. I'm not sure it's deconstructed at the minute in the downstairs loo, which is fun because you can't really get in our downstairs loo at the minute because it's one of the places that we can just shut away from the cats, because this house is very open plan and modern. There's not actually that many doors. I know that sounds really weird. The cats just like want to get involved with everything, and if there was like something with string on or like something wooden, they just want to scratch it, so it's shut away in there. There's an inspiration photo which I'll show you of what we're imagining it will look like, and then I have a picture of when we Peter made it and sanded it and cut it all to shape and stuff, and then we constructed it and put it in the living room, and it definitely looks a little bit like a set of gallows or something, which is not great. But I think when it's decorated and has the flowers on and the light curtain and it's in situ, it's gonna look amazing. I'm so proud of him. He's made like such beautiful things. And actually, until I sat down now and was just going through everything that we've made, I didn't realise there was so much. There's probably stuff I've forgotten as well, but that's a good overview of what we've done. So I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Gonna try and get it edited while my nails soak. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. It was fun doing a different type of video. I just was like, let's document this day. It's not really ended up being like a day with me. It's more been me chatting at you, but I've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions about any of the things I've talked about, then just comment. Like, more than happy to share resources where we got things. Please feel free to steal any of these ideas. They're not original to us, but we thought they were really lovely. And I will be sure to share at least a couple of photos of the cardigan primarily on Instagram. So I'll see you in a few weeks. We're not going on honeymoon straight away, but we are going on a little mini moon the week after the wedding. So I don't podcast that regularly anyway, but it will probably be a little while before my next one. But I should have some footage or photos of the cardigan on with the dress to share with you then. So thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep safe, keep well, keep knitting, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.